weapon. So what are the repercussions for that?
Republicans
I don't go around
on NBC's Meet the Press. Democrats also have doubts.
We have gone from preventing Iran having a nuclear ability to managing it.
New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez on ABC is this week. Marathon negotiations in Brussels, where officials say talks between Greece and its European creditors appear to be stuck on several issues.
The Eurozone leaders saying that they really are not sure they can trust that Greece will make good on its promises, and the Greeks are saying that they feel humiliated by the demands that are being placed on them.
Fox's Amy Kellogg in Athens. Among the stumbling blocks, how fast the European Central Bank could start increasing emergency assistance to Greek banks. To anyone who's ever played a video game, this is most likely a familiar sound. Nintendo announcing that company president Satoru Iwata has died at the age of 55. The cause of death, a bile duct tumor. Iwata was at the helm when Nintendo released the Wii and the DS gaming systems. Just a few months ago, he announced the video game maker's entry into gaming for smartphones. A small plane that took off Saturday from Montana never reached its destination in Linden, Washington. Crews are searching for the aircraft. 3 people were on board, including the pilot. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
How can you get from here to there? We've got the answer from the ChicagoRadioDeals.com Traffic Center.
I'm Paul Bodenloss with a look at the roadways. Biggest issue right now is the Eisenhower outbound at Thorndale. That exit ramp remains closed because of an earlier crash. There's no real delay, though, from the post office Manheim is 16 to Thorndale's 29. The inbound lanes are the same. Dan Ryan inbound, slow between Cermak and the Fern Circle interchange. If you're heading out in the Indiana area on 94 westbound from State Road 49 to US 20, traffic starting to tap the brakes also. On the Eden Spur eastbound, after Waukegan Road on the Tri-State Spur ramp to the Edens Expressway, it slows down. Also slow on the Kennedy inbound between the River Toll Plaza and Canfield. O'Hare to downtown 21. From the junction, it's 10. Tonight, 71 in thunderstorms. Tomorrow, 86. Currently at 78. Next update in 15 minutes on AM560, The Answer.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM560 on-target radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook, and lunch are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invite you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com or call 877-954-3030. That's 877-954-3030. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Are you willing to pay more for life insurance than you should? Well, did you know you could save as much as 70% on term life insurance? Hi, I'm Brent Langdon for AIG Direct. We partnered with American General Life to find you their most affordable rates on term life insurance products. And I mean affordable. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. Call 1-800-600-7214. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how much we could save you. It only takes 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%, and the call is absolutely free. Call 1-800-600-7214. That's 1-800-600-7214.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste.
If I could have gotten 51 votes in the Senate of the United States for an outright ban, picking up every one of them, Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in, I would have done it.
I have 2 words for you. Predator drones. You will never see it coming.
It's time for On Target Radio, Chicagoland's only radio show dedicated to the red meat issues that affect your life, from gun control to freedom of speech. Now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
Welcome to On Target Radio. Tonight, David and Gretchen will be talking about Father Fledger's at it again. This time, he's filed an anti-gun lawsuit. In segment 2, you'll hear what Obama wanted the Department of Justice, the IRS, and the FBI to do prior to the last election. David and Gretchen will weigh in on their opinions about assisted suicide. And in segment 4, you won't believe what words Democrats want banned. And don't forget to tune into segment 6. After the show, we'll find out why the Don is beginning to seriously worry Republicans. All that and more on tonight's On Target Radio. So be sure to give us a call at 312-642-5600. Or go to Facebook, like our page, On Target Radio, and ask a question there.
And now, from the seething cauldron of personal opinion, it's time for David's Rant of the Week.
Father Michael Pfleger, the Archdiocese of Chicago's court jester, is once again on his anti-gun jihad. Nothing says welcome to Chicago, Archbishop Supich, like sitting down to watch the 5 o'clock news and seeing Father Pfleger ranting on television. Pfleger's infamous for his ability to attract the news media. When he's not on camera, he's busy organizing his next appearance, which is not modeled after the Reverend Martin Luther King. Pfleger's specialty appears to be inciting the crowd he brings with him to drag the gun store owner outside and kill him in the street. Fortunately, nobody takes the nutcase that seriously, so gun store owners have thus far avoided being whacked by the Catholic Church. Apparently, Pfleger doesn't remember Matthew 5:44. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Not that any gun shop owner has ever persecuted Pfleger. Most gun store owners view Pfleger as a cockroach. Apparently now, finding he has a little time on his hands, Pfleger has decided to file lawsuits against the towns of Riverdale, Lyons, and Lincolnwood. Not against those that illegally use firearms, but the towns in which the gun stores are located. As a side note, one has to wonder when the good padre finds time to tend to his flock at St. Sabina's, but then I'm not convinced he cares about his flock's spiritual well-being. Father Pfleger is on a mission from God. But unlike Jake and Elwood Blues' mission from God, this one is far more sinister and devoid of any intellectual insight. The lawsuit, which was filed in Cook County Circuit Court, accuses Riverdale, Lyons, and Lincolnwood of not having enough oversight when it comes to licensing and regulating gun shops. Right, like it's so easy to buy a gun illegally in an Illinois gun store. You can grow a beard in the time it takes to fill out the forms. The suit was presumably spurred on as a result of the 2014 City of Chicago report, which claims nearly 20% of guns recovered from crime scenes in Chicago are purchased from gun stores in those 3 villages. The lawsuit also claims this is causing disproportionate hardship on African American communities, which is a violation of the Illinois Civil Rights Act. Seriously, Pfleger's argument is it's a civil rights violation. I would love to be a fly on the wall when he breaks that news to his law-abiding, pistol-packing parishioners. Gee, let's see. You have a gun store in a bad neighborhood, good, law-abiding people who live there and are afraid for their lives, so they go to the local gun store and buy a gun for personal protection. They're subsequently robbed. The gun is stolen and eventually shows up in a street crime. Is that a good situation? No. But it's the best plan B they got going. Plan A was unarmed law-abiding citizens in a bad neighborhood simply being sitting ducks. The solution is not to sue the village or the law-abiding person that purchased the gun. The solution is to do something about the gang-infested community. And this is where Father Pfleger's hypocrisy rises to the surface for all the world to see. Well, more specifically for all the world not to see. Over the 4th of July weekend, there were no shootings in the otherwise notoriously dangerous Englewood district of Chicago. Moms took to the street for the holiday, fingers wagging, tongues clucking, armed with rolling pins, and put up with nothing from the street punks. It worked, and everyone made it through the holiday unscathed. Noticeably absent was Father Pfleger. If he were really interested in reducing gun violence in his neighborhood, he would have been there, learning a thing or two from the moms. The thing is, actually stopping the violence doesn't fit Father Pfleger's agenda. If that sort of thing gets out of hand and gang violence goes down, it won't be long before reporters will forget Pfleger's name, and he'll be back in the sanctuary sampling wine. The great irony that apparently escapes Father Pfleger is his own parishioners constitute an area of Chicago that has one of the highest per capita gun purchase rates. Apparently, when Pfleger is out protesting some poor gun store owner, his parishioners sneak off to a different gun store and buy a gun. At least someone in St. Sabina's Parish has a little common sense. And that, Gretchen, is my rant for the week.
I'll admit I'm a little gobsmacked, but you're right. You're absolutely right.
You love that word.
I do.
Right. Gobsmacked, excuse me. Yeah.
I like to use it whenever I get a chance.
It is. This guy is, everything you read about him, everybody considers him an embarrassment. The Archdiocese does. Can you imagine the poor bishop must be going, oh my God.
No, what?
Can I move back?
Yeah.
Oh, it's time to leave. Yeah, Chicago.
Did I sign the contract? Good.
Unbelievable. The guy is unbelievable. He's always got his nose in something.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, when the moms are out there and they're actually trying to do something proactive, no, he's nowhere near.
Right. Well, they had it handled, so they didn't need him.
Yeah, they don't need him at all. You're listening to On Target Radio's AM560 The Answer. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. You and Father Pfleger good buddies? If you like pal around together and go out and do brews together, give us a call. Let us know what a great guy he is. I think he's paid in the...
Yeah, I like to hear some scoop on Pfleger.
I think this is all the scoop you get.
If he actually has any friends.
I don't know. It's the stuff he does to gun stores. I don't honestly know. I guess it's freedom of speech, though, isn't it? Technically, it falls under freedom of speech. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
The thing about the lawsuit that I don't get, and if Ed's listening, that he might be. Hi, Ed.
This is your cue to call in, Ed.
Ed, get out of the kayak, come in and make a phone call. None of this. Those three gun stores are in this parish area.
No.
What standing does Father Pfleger have in the lawsuit? Now, there's some other parties to the lawsuit,
right?
But he's one of them.
There's some other parties. Yeah, it's a civil rights lawsuit. They're saying that that these gun stores are violating the African Americans' civil rights because it's causing more of them to die than it is causing people of other races to die. But yeah, it's like he doesn't have any standing. He lives, presumably, he lives in Chicago, not Riverdale. What are the three?
Well, he lives in St. Sabina, which, Georgie, you know St. Sabina, don't you? Where that's Chicago, isn't it?
Is that not? Is that loud? I'm sorry, I don't have my headphones on.
Yeah, I can't have children now.
I know it's on the south side. I believe that's like Kensington.
Is it? I just don't understand.
Yeah, he's suing Riverdale, Lyons, and Lincolnwood.
Right.
He doesn't live in any of those towns, and he's not black.
No, I don't understand what his standing is, and I'm hoping that Ed will either text us or something. But I don't think it'll stand. And the other thing is this.
They'll throw it out.
The other thing is this. It's disproportionately killing African Americans. The gun stores are in those neighborhoods.
Right.
What, you're going to buy a gun and turn white? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
It's not magical. Yeah.
That's where they are. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's the typical liberal mentality. Don't go after the guy that pulls the trigger. Go after the guy who makes the gun, the guy who sells the gun. They're all at fault, not the guy who actually commits the murder or the shooting.
Our friend Larry on Facebook says, by the way, did you know that where he lives is watched and guarded by gang members?
By?
Gang members is what Larry says.
They're protecting Father Pfleger. Well, if you think about that, that makes sense.
That actually makes sense.
Because gangbangers really don't want people to have guns.
Again, like you said, he doesn't go after those people. He doesn't go after the bad people.
Well, because they'll kick his butt.
Right.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Where did you read that?
No, somebody wrote it in.
On the internet? Well, it's got to be true.
Well, yeah.
It has to be.
One of our astute listeners made that comment.
Actually, it wouldn't surprise me. Because he's in the middle of a gang-infested area.
Well, and it could be not of any agreement that he has with them. They could just be doing it because they want to do it.
Out of the generosity of their heart. Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna take a break with that, and when we come back, we'll file a lawsuit against somebody. I don't know who, somebody or other. But we will be back with more on Target Radio after these messages, and you're listening to AM560 The Answer. Question about FOID CCW IDs.
Okay.
All righty. We can do that.
Yeah, wasn't there something now about that where you don't have to take your FOID card on you to buy ammo?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's the new law.
Yeah.
Oh, Ed, Drummond, Wisconsin. He's up.
He's listening.
Ed.
There's another one too. You don't actually have to be in possession. Like if they find that you have a gun, you don't actually have to be in possession of your FOID.
No, having a CCW is good.
Right.
It's Ed.
Yeah. This other guy, John.
Our John?
No. John from Woodridge.
Yeah.
Had a question, and he's like, yeah, like a friend of mine.
Right, not me.
Right.
Not me.
So I told him, I was like, you can ask this hypothetical. He's like, can I go in the air with that? I'm like, yeah.
Use a fake name. We don't give a shit.
Essentially, what he's saying is someone had their FOID card already, got a concealed carry permit, and then they got a new FOID with a different picture or an alteration of the picture slightly from one side to the other, and he's wondering if that's an indication that they have concealed carry so that they can get busted if they don't admit they have concealed carry or something like that. And I said, well, I think you're legally required, if it's a police officer that's asking that you're required to tell them. And he's like, well, yeah, I just don't know, like, if it's a, just set up.
I don't even follow the question.
I kind of.
His picture is a little bit different on his new FOID card.
So what? The change.
But the change is that now he has a concealed carry permit. That's the only thing that has changed, and now the picture is
some
different.
sort of code for the police officer.
No, he's asking. He's asking a question. He's not a loon. He's just
The
asking.
challenging question is, how many gallons of water do you have stored in your closet? If it's over 100, we're not taking it.
No, I think he's probably at about 5.
Okay.
How many gallons of water I got in my closet? 5 to 7.
Doesn't tell you how many is in the basement.
Well, that's another question altogether.
I'll tell you this, it's probably a call you can dispense with relatively quick if you want to knock it out.
Oh, because then we got Ed. We'll answer. We'll answer.
That's
good. It'll probably go off in the weeds and derail the whole show.
Right, yeah.
Okay, well.
Oh, no.
Just kill everybody's ears.
Cut the shit.
You got it.
We don't know what that was, but it was not cool.
You cut the shit.
Oh, I just
Ooh.
saw something. You're reading Gaylord?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not $12.95. It's $13.95. We were just there.
Oh, yeah. Price went up.
I just know they have signs all over. We were just there tonight.
Yeah. Just for everybody's information, I actually got that noise as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that was because that wasn't feedback on this circuit.
It was not feedback?
Not on this circuit.
Oh.
I'm getting no feedback now. Just a little hum.
Right.
It came actually through my monitor. So
It was WGN.
Yeah. 15 seconds.
Commie son of
Sons of bitches.
All right, you're going to do
Gaylord's Fine Indian Cuisine.
Okay. Here we go. You're going to just bring it in then?
Oh, yeah.
You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Answer with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life.
And we're back with more on Target Radio. If you love great Indian cuisine, then you must experience Gaylord Fine Indian Cuisine in Schaumburg. Gaylord is so good that Gretchen and David eat there before the show. For over 38 years, 18 in Schaumburg, Gaylord has served an extensive menu of fine Indian cuisine. Signature dishes include tandoori jinga, jumbo prawns, chicken tikka masala, and the tangy and hot South Indian specialty lamb vindaloo. All dishes are prepared using only quality fresh ingredients, including the elaborate $13.95 lunch buffet that's cooked that morning. Manager Darren Dabrio invites you to come early when they open at 11:30 weekdays and noon on weekends to see the freshness for yourself. We recommend you skip breakfast and save your appetite. Gaylord can accommodate business meetings or events for up to 60 people. Gaylord Fine Indian Cuisine is on Mall Drive just south of Woodfield Mall. Call 847-619-3300 or visit GaylordIL.com. Gaylord Fine Indian Cuisine is the Mercedes of fine dining. 847-619-3300.
We stayed there tonight. What was the new thing that they gave us to try?
We did. The manager brought us a dish called cauliflower Manchurian.
Right. It was good.
Manchuria.
It was real good.
It was very good. It was kind of like barbecue.
Yeah, it was. It was like barbecue.
Barbecue vegetables.
Good stuff. We like that place. It's a good place.
It is.
Kulfi.
They're very polite.
Mango Kulfi. That's the high point, though. Definitely the high point. We got John calling from Woodridge. Got a question about Floyd and CCW. John, how are you doing this evening?
Good evening to both of you. Enjoy your program on a regular basis.
Thank you.
I have a question. This is part conspiracy question, and part I just can't put my arms around it. I have a friend who had a FOID or has a FOID card, went through a concealed carry course, not yours, got his concealed carry card. He also got a new FOID card. Now, what's interesting about the FOID card he received was his old FOID card, as mine does, has my picture on the bottom right, as I remember, and on his new one that he received, his picture now is larger, and it's on the center left of the new FOID card.
Right. That's because
is there any significance to that at all?
Yeah, it's because he didn't take our course. The entire state is branding all cards.
You're right, he didn't take their course.
See, that's what it's about. No,
that was his first mistake.
I honestly don't know. I hadn't heard that.
Well, I haven't taken your course yet, and I'm about ready, Gretchen, to take the 8-hour course when it comes up the next time around. But I just wonder if there's any significance because it's exactly. We looked at. He's got both cards. They didn't ask him to surrender the first FOID card. He hasn't changed addresses. Nothing's changed.
That's weird.
Except that, and I'm just wondering if somebody asked him, for instance, if he has a concealed carry card and he fails to respond, and they ask him if he has a FOID card, or he walks into Cabela's and wants an estimate on one of his pistols or one of his weapons, he probably has to present his FOID card as he comes in the door. And wouldn't that automatically tell a law enforcement officer or somebody at a retail shop or a gun range that he actually is a concealed carry, even though he didn't?
John, a cop knows when he runs your driver's license that you're a concealed carry holder. He never has to see your concealed carry permit or your FOID card or anything. It's all in the system.
Okay.
So no, not really. I can't explain how he got 2 FOID cards. That just sounds like a glitch to me. It sounds like a screw up in the system. But
especially if you didn't request it. That's very strange.
Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe they're changing the face of the FOID card. I'm not sure. I haven't heard that before, so I can't answer it. But I appreciate the call. And coming from Drummond, Wisconsin, probably sitting in a kayak talking to a loon, or we'll be talking to a loon, is Ed. How you doing, Ed?
Well, I'm talking to 2 loons now.
As I was saying that, I knew I was setting myself up.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the story?
Flager's lawsuit is just frivolous, and a right-thinking judge ought to make him pay the attorney's fees to defend it to get it thrown out of court.
But you said a magic word, a right thinking. This is going to be Cook County.
Well, occasionally we get surprised.
But that was my first thought. He has no standing in this at all. Nothing's happened to him.
Yeah, that's just one of the things. You can't sue the government because you don't like the policies they have. You gotta your remedy is to vote them out.
And right, you go through legislatively and fix it.
Yeah.
Unless there's a clear violation of civil rights. I mean, you can. What is that? Section 1983?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cop thumps on you and violate your civil rights. Now you have standing.
Yeah.
You know, he's beating your ass.
But nothing has happened to Flager other than the fact that he gets on TV all the time.
Yeah, he's just looking to, you know, get headlines, and he knows his arguments don't hold water, so it's just his way of marketing.
It's a PR stunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you already had your brandy for the evening?
No, I don't drink before I get on the radio.
We know some other people who don't have that rule.
Yeah, no, what can I say? So I appreciate the pictures you sent this morning. I'm envious. It's a beautiful place up there.
Oh yeah, well that big snapping turtle that I almost hit with a kayak could have taken my wrist off. Thankfully that kayak, the paddle was in the air on that side when they went right over the snapper.
Well, there you go. He almost lost some part of his body to a snapping turtle. Don't go swimming. Ed, thanks for giving us a call. I appreciate it.
Okay, no problem. Bye.
All right, buddy.
Thanks,
Take
Ed.
care. It's always fun to talk to Ed.
It's always a good time.
Yeah, he's got a strange, demented sense of humor.
Yeah, sometimes I wish we had like some sort of little video clip or something we could play for our concealed carry students who don't get to meet him, just so they can get a flavor of the person that wrote our presentation. And I talk about him constantly when I'm giving the law presentation.
Actually, Ed and I have talked about videotaping him doing that sort of stuff, and we just sort of.
I just want like a 1 or 2 minute clip of him just talking and being Ed.
Which is what he does all the time.
Right.
Right. We'll catch him Wednesday at the meeting.
He is essentially Ed, yeah.
We'll bring a camera to the meeting Wednesday, and then we'll get him.
Sounds good.
In there. Yeah, but okay. So anyway, the whole Flager thing is pretty much what we thought it was going to be. It'll probably be dismissed, but I don't have a lot of confidence in Cook County. You know, look at the appellate court finding on a Highland Park case. Well, if it feels good, it's okay.
It's a substantial benefit.
I have trouble with that. I really do. I have trouble with that. I don't know. You're listening on Target Radio, AM560 The Answer. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. What do you think of Father Flager? I would like somebody to call and defend him. I would like to hear some kind of defense for this guy. Maybe his mother will call. I don't know. But
yeah, surely there's someone who likes him.
Probably Obama. I am astounded.
Well, no, because Muslims and Catholics don't get along.
I'm not sure you.
There you go.
You wouldn't really call him a Catholic, would you? I mean, he hangs out in the church.
He's no more of a churchgoer, a priest, or anything than what's his name, Al Sharpton.
Oh, there's.
It's the same general concept, but here's the thing: is if a conservative or a right-leaning individual does not like a specific thing with regards to abortion, but if they don't like a specific thing, they don't do it. They don't go after it. They just leave it be. Our other counterpart does not feel the same. If they don't like something, you can't have it. You can't do it.
Wait till you get to the next segment.
Yeah.
And we talk about the words that the Democrats want to eliminate. That still astounds me. But you're right.
Grow a spine.
You're right. That's exactly what happens. Here we now have, and we've been saying this stuff all along, but they now have documented proof that Obama tried to get the Department of Justice, his Department of Justice, right, because he's president, wanted the IRS and the FBI to arrest people who opposed Obama right prior to the last election.
Well, at least prosecute them.
Prosecute,
the 501c4 organizations that were basically bad-mouthing Obama.
Exactly.
They want to go after him.
That was their crime, was they were bad-mouthing. So he was going to get the IRS, the FBI, and the Department of Justice to harass American civilians right before the election to tie him up really good, because the guy's a paranoid psychotic.
Yep.
Anyway, we're down. We got to go. Take another break, and we're going to be back. When we come back, I'm telling you, well, we'll talk about assisted suicide when we come back, and then we'll do the other one after that. We'll be back with that and more on Target Radio. And you're listening to AM560, The Answer. Assisted suicide.
I was in this class my senior year of high school. It was something along the lines of like ethical and civil problems in society, and we talked about that. It's an interesting discussion because my teacher, he He's an old school Democrat. Like, he has right-leaning beliefs for the most part, but there are some things that set him apart.
Old school Democrats, I can live with.
Are the
because they debate.
Yes.
They'll discuss.
He was an intelligent guy.
Yeah, they're the brain of the state.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. It is. That's basically, I never thought about it that way, but they really.
Yeah, it keeps moving.
Yeah. Huh?
Our
John?
You may call it back. He was a little bit.
George pissed off
He's a little bit upset.
John, about what?
George
Well,
pissed him off.
I wouldn't allow him to go on the radio and say that only 4% of all the 10,000 lawsuits filed every year in Cook County are adjudicated because it's just a means for blacks to get money from whites. So I told him I wasn't going to put that on the air.
I don't want to go with that.
And then he said, "Oh, okay. So can you tell me what's wrong with it so I know how I can change it so I can get on the air?" And I said, "Well, I'll tell you what." I said, "Just if you could stay away from generalizations about racial segments, that would be a good start." And he goes, "Okay, because I could talk about other things with blacks."
You're like, what did I just say?
And I don't think he quite got what I was saying.
Yeah, he kind of missed the point there, didn't he?
And then I told him, I said, "Well, I don't really hear anything yet that's relevant or can be put out there."
He's an upset trooper.
Oh, he pissed off John.
That was good.
I just thought it would be
Oh,
funny
it's
to
lit
say
up.
that.
He's back. I'll bet any money.
I just thought it would be funny to say that. I'm not really that worried about John.
I'm actually interested to see where you guys will stand on the assisted suicide.
Ah, yeah.
Because this is where I might differ from you guys for a little bit. Yeah.
It is. It really
Well,
is.
this article is very specific. If we stick to the
Article versus just topic.
Yeah. If we stick to the article, now the topic.
No, I'm not going to stick to that. What have I ever said?
Sometimes.
But I really do like the organization Not Dead Yet. That's a catchy name.
Yeah. I told him, I said, I posted some pictures of my cat on Facebook about a month ago with the hashtag not dead yet, not knowing that it's an actual organization.
You didn't know that?
No, so my cat pictures ended up in their Twitter feed.
Oh, seriously?
Well,
I
they
thought you
would,
knew
yeah.
that. Oh, that's interesting.
Are they anti or for it?
Oh, no, I was just saying, because my cat's really, really sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I could legitimately...
Well, I meant, is the organization, like,
Oh,
pro
no,
or...
they're against.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
John's promising not to be racist. That said, his chosen topic is Graham Ledger and whether illegal immigration is the largest issue facing the United States today.
No, it's them colored folks that's the biggest issue. Yeah.
I promise not to be racist, but that doesn't include Mexicans.
Which is like that classic line in My Big Fat Wedding or whatever it was called. She goes, "Mom, he's a vegetarian." Oh,
It's
well,
okay, I make lamb. It was her aunt, actually.
That is so great.
It's okay, I make lamb.
You don't eat meat? What? Okay, I'll make lamb.
Like a vegetable.
Oh, God, that's a great movie.
You want alright?
Yeah.
Dude, I made some hot chocolate.
You
Just some
look
more.
puffy.
Yeah.
Have you drank enough water?
Yeah, I've been drinking water.
You look puffy.
Hose him down. Hose him down. No stroking out on the air.
No.
Okay?
That's a rule.
No, we need you to
say no stroking of any kind.
That's a sticky subject.
Literally.
He likes to have an ego stroke.
I beg your pardon.
Is that what he named it?
You like having
Yeah,
an ego
let's
stroke.
not share our pet names for body parts. Ego. Mine's Vigo. It's kind of close.
It's very close to what we refer to you as, though.
Vigo is olive oil.
No, it's the evil guy from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, isn't it?
It was so long ago I couldn't find it. Did you see they're coming out with a female version of Ghostbusters?
No. Really?
Kristen Wiig's in it.
Really?
Melissa
Oh,
McCarthy's in
it's gonna
it.
be hilarious.
It looks hilarious. Yeah.
Is this like a spoof?
I don't know.
Somebody just
I can't
posted
really
a
tell.
pretty good
Just
meme about Hillary
the original
Clinton.
movie suggests
It says, "I seriously can't believe those evil Republicans are running a candidate who opposed gay marriage, voted for the Iraq War, is part of the 1% and covered up sexual harassment of women. Oh, that was Hillary Clinton.
One of the best libertarian movies.
Skeptical that will deliver results? It's a free book, so what do you have to lose? Find out how at 1-800-708-4557. 1-800-708-4557.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM560 The Answer with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life.
Welcome back to more On Target Radio. Hi, I'm Rick Cizak, Advertising Sales Director for the On Target Media Group. If you own a small business and need more exposure to potential customers, and what small business doesn't, we can help. For over 2.5 years, the On Target Media Group has been helping small businesses grow. We offer many different and affordable marketing packages through our partnership program. Plus, we could even create a custom program tailored to your business's needs. To find out more, contact me today at sales.ontargetradio@gmail.com or visit our website at otmediagroup.net/sponsorship. We look forward to helping your business reach its target.
So we are. We want to help them.
We do.
Yeah.
And we're good at it.
Now we go to places and set up our trade show booth, and people come and flock around us. And
we had a fan approach us yesterday and want to take a picture with us.
That's right.
He was actually worried that we were going to say no.
Yesterday or today? Was it this morning or yesterday?
It was. Oh no, maybe you're right. It was today.
Yeah,
it was today. I forgot about
and last week somebody called in and said,
"It's your favorite." I'm not going to say it. You're going to say it.
We got a phone call. The guy wanted to sign up for class, and he said, "Is Gretchen going to be teaching it too?" And I go, "The two of us always teach that course." And he goes, "I want to take it. You're an iconic couple." I said, "Would you put that in writing? I want to put it on the wall." You know,
we're like Nancy and Ronnie.
Does that mean I won?
Do I call you mommy?
Please don't.
Mommy? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Speaking of old friends and et cetera, we got John from Crete on the phone this evening. And John, how you doing?
Okay, I'm fine, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing great. So you got a comment? You got a comment about Graham Ledger?
Yeah, right. But can I first ask Gretchen, how are you, Gretchen?
I'm well, thank you, John.
Good. Okay. Yeah. I have a scenario about the anti-illegal immigration. Graham Ledger, about 2 months ago, I was really shocked. He said the number one issue is anti-illegal immigration. And I, as a caller, humbly got on the air and said that Graham Ledger said the number one issue is illegal immigration. Then Ann Coulter wrote a book, Adios, which was popularizing this. It was very good. And then Trump came along and just said a few things. He itemized it, and he's gotten a lot of publicity. And then also, I was shocked, terrible that that young girl got killed by the illegal alien.
In San Francisco.
Pardon me?
The one in San Francisco.
Yeah, right. And so there's a bunch of hodgepodge, but the first thing, I think it was Winston Churchill said, when America tries all kind of stuff, finally they come to the right conclusion. And so I heard it said, it's as soon as someone crosses the border, that is the crime, not walking back 5 times. And also these sanctuary cities, that's phony. Sanctuary is a good holy word. I heard that they're going to try to cut off money. No, the sanctuary cities should be outlawed. And second of all, I think the leaders should be probably jailed. So those are my comments.
Well, and you know what? I think you're right about the sanctuary city thing, because
it's a load of crap.
It is. It's a strict violation of federal law, and yet they're doing it anyway.
Yeah, when I was a police officer, we stopped a couple of guys in a car. They couldn't produce a driver's license. They couldn't speak English. I wrote them a couple of tickets so that they would have to show up in court, because if you get 3 tickets, you have to go to court. And my field training officer said, yeah, they're illegals. They're not going to show up. And there's not a darn thing we could do about it.
Well, and you know what? I was running with the guy's truck scales one summer. And we pulled over, this truck with this mountain of long stuff on top, and it was like a front seat, back seat truck, but not the big ones. Mm-hmm. And like 8 guys bailed and started running in 8 different directions. And so we rounded a few of them up, and literally naive.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We called in and we said, hey, get the ICE guys.
Get INS over here and pick them up.
And you know what they said?
No. Yeah, they
Let
won't.
them go.
Yeah.
Let them go. And so we said,
Yeah.
do we write them up?
No.
I wouldn't bother. They're not going to show up.
Right. Yeah, and that was the exact experience I had. Local law enforcement is completely powerless. I mean, they're completely stripped of any ability to enforce illegal immigration.
There's no mechanism in place for you to do that.
Especially the closer you get to Chicago, because Chicago is a sanctuary city.
Now, if you were picking up somebody who had $5 million worth of dope, so somebody could get their picture in the paper, that's a different thing.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, that we can work that one out.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Grass this time.
Yeah, that's pretty typical. We got like a minute left, so we were going to talk about assisted suicides. I think when we come back, why don't we pick that up real quick, just to kind of weigh in.
The other thing I wanted to say about John's comment is it's a nice segue into our segment 6, and we're going to be talking about Donald Trump.
Yep.
And one of his big things that he's making a splash in the media is being against illegal immigration.
Yeah, he had the temerity to tell the truth.
Yes.
Which,
that takes a lot of chutzpah.
Yeah, it really does. So I never would have thought that I would ever be sticking up for Donald Trump.
No, me neither.
But we'll talk about that in segment 6. Well, and that is the music that not only sterilizes those with headphones, but also tells us we're on our way out for this segment. So we'll be back with more on Target Radio after a few messages, and you're listening to AM560 The Answer.
How can you get from here to there? We've got the answer from the ChicagoRadioDeals.com Traffic Center.
Taking a look at the roads in Beach Park, a crash with injuries on Sheridan near Beach Road. No delays on the Edens Kennedy Inn, stop and go Austin to the junction. Left lane roadwork from there into Belmont, causing that problem. 23 from O'Hare, 10 from the junction. Outbound side is clear, wide open in the express. Eisenhower outbound has the exit to Thorndale closed for a crash that happened around 5 o'clock. They have to do some repair work on that ramp. Inbound side.
I'm like, how do you actually make a tinfoil
No,
hat?
I think
That sounded like a good idea.
For John, you gotta have a tinfoil hat that, you know how like they have the beer ones with the tubes? We somehow need like a lube dispenser on the
I actually
tinfoil
wanted
hat.
to ask him, and we got waylaid, if he watches us or listens to us.
He listens.
You know for sure?
He's listening on AM radio in his house in Crete.
So when we're talking in between, he doesn't hear us.
Yeah, because he complained that they put a new cell tower up about a mile from his house, and now he has to point the antenna. So I know he's listening.
Is this what, he's got one of those survival wind-up radios?
I think he might have had to climb up a pole.
He was really bitching. I think he's a Luddite. Yeah, I don't think he. I don't think he has a computer. Yeah.
He's probably the guy that just cracked, what was it? It was a DOD just last week.
Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook, and lunch are provided. Safer
Yeah,
USA,
Facebook.
the Aurora
Well, we just
Sports
got a
Club
new light
invites
for
you to
Safer.
participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for
Yeah, that'll be my gift to you guys before I leave. I'll make a pointy tinfoil hat. No, just one. And then whenever he calls, someone needs to rush over and put it on.
877-954-3030. That's
I think we could get a picture of all those things.
877-954-3030. Safer USA, choosing to own firearms.
Funny.
Teaching you
I'll seriously make them, that's the thing. So you better watch your words.
If all four of us had a picture wearing aluminum
You know what you should do is get really creative. I don't know how creative you are, but you have a big family, so you can probably tap
electricity turned off 9 times.
I think you should do a different style. Like one is like a beanie, one is like got
One with like drawstrings, then one of the fox hair hat or the.
one is like a cowboy hat. You know, it's in
All right.
I think
that
all
would
four of
be
us would change
hilarious. Yeah, that would be.
for your last night. I think that is.
Well, I think definitely a photo at some point with that because
500-2997. Listen, if you're sick and tired of stressing about money,
And then while I'm down in Oklahoma, I'll watch, and if you don't wear it, someone, I will call in and then yell at you on the air.
500-2997. 1-800-500-2997. 1-800-500-2997.
You're listening to On Target Radio. on AM560 The Answer with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life.
And we're back with more On Target Radio. Listening to AM560 The Answer. And give us a call, 312-642-5600. And you can call and weigh in on anything we've been talking about. But here's the... and I don't know what your position is on this. So this is going to be interesting. And intern guy's over here going, well, I don't know.
He's chomping at the bit.
Yeah, he's chomping at the bit. I picked up an article about, disability advocates. The article is the Disability Advocates Fight Assisted Suicide Measures. So before I get into any of my thoughts, what are your thoughts?
Well, the article is about California's trying to pass a bill that people with terminal illness, terminally ill patients to get prescriptions to end their own lives.
Yeah.
So this is narrowly defined as people with terminal illnesses.
Right.
And they're supposed to have 6 months or less to live.
Right, which
and they're
is
supposed
a crapshoot.
And they're still supposed to be mentally competent so that they themselves can request it, they themselves can administrate it.
Correct.
So.
But just in general, and to show you how naive I was, when I went to college, first semester, back from Vietnam, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said I'd never heard the term euthanasia.
Okay.
And we had an assignment. Yes, you know where this is going. And this is true. Honest to God, this is a true story. And so he says, I want you all to do a paper on euthanasia for the next class. And I did. and when they're going around the room and people are reading their thing, I'm going, what the, you know what? This has got to do with euthanasia.
He wrote his paper, I think they do too many drugs and they have too many babies.
Yeah, it was a crowning moment in my academic career, certainly. So, but since then, I've given this a lot of thought. It is, how do I say this? It is lofty to say, well, it's a human life, and you never know. You don't know. Maybe there are people who go into remission and live decades.
And that's true.
And that's true.
That's a true fact.
Let me give you my thoughts on this, though. It's the other side of the coin. If you have an agonizing, debilitating disease where every day is a living nightmare, is that how you really want to live? Do you want to suffer just getting out of bed and you can't even go to a toilet? Is that how you want to really live? I don't want to live that way.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, before I really fully understood a lot of the complications and things that legally happen down the road if you approve these sorts of things, I thought, if somebody wants to do that, well, and I'd read way too much Kurt Vonnegut when I was in high school, so I thought, to each his own. If people want to do that, then they should be able to do that. But I think that having some reasonable obstacles is a good thing, because I think it's too easy of a leap from I want to kill myself to, my dad's getting really old and he's requiring a lot of care and it's costing a lot of money and it would really be a lot better for everyone involved if he just,
Yeah, but that's choosing it for somebody else.
But I'm saying it's a short leap, is what I'm saying.
Well, it looks like a big leap to me. But having said that, at the same time,
ethically and legally, it's a short leap.
Well, at the same time, every one of my golden retrievers, they all died of cancer, which is real common. And in every single case, I held them in my arms, and all but one where she died before Rich, my vet, could get there because he'd come to the house. We gave him the shot, which is the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life, killing my dog.
Yeah.
But they were miserable.
Right.
Well, if you look at your dog and you go, my dog is miserable, this is terrible, this is not a quality of life for him.
Sure.
But it's okay if my mother suffers. I see a disconnect in here somewhere.
Well, and here's the thing, and this was really a big deal for me when I realized that most people who are in the pro-life movement, anti-abortion, are also very anti-euthanasia.
I know. Yeah, you're right. And Catholic Church certainly.
Because life is life.
Yeah.
To them, to them, life is life, and there's no differentiation. So, I'm a little conflicted about it. I do see both sides.
Now, intern guy said, I want to hear what you guys have to say about this because you may be surprised what I have to say.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no, not anymore. I mean, well,
there you go.
Frankly, I had considered, or not considered, I thought that the both of you would be very against it.
Well, I thought you were going to say you'd consider committing suicide.
No,
okay.
no.
It scared me there.
I just assumed Dave would be very anti-euthanasia just based on his age. Probably the subject that makes him a little nervous.
Can we turn his mic off? So I'm taking it that you're not against.
No, I'm actually, I don't want to say very for it. I'm for it, definitely.
Don't look at me like that when you say that.
Come on, after the weekend we had at the shooting range, I had plenty of opportunities. No, I'm for it just because I did a project on it when I was like a senior in high school, and looking at some of the circumstances like you guys brought up.
Yeah.
That, and it's, if I want to do it, the government is the last person I'm going to let tell me otherwise. So that's the same reason, completely different topic, but that's the same reason I'm pro-pot. If I want to do it, I'm not going to let the government tell me I can't.
No, I agree with that completely.
Are you kidding me?
I agree with you.
And that's the thing. I mean, like the woman they're talking about in this article, they're talking about Brittany Maynard, who moved from wherever she lived to Oregon specifically for the purpose of being able to do that, and because it's legal in Oregon. And I just feel like if you want to kill yourself, you'll figure out a way to get it done.
Well, that's true. And I don't disagree with you that there needs to be something. I mean, people can't just like go to a corner drugstore and get something and kill themselves. There has to be something, because people get depressed and then it turns out they're really okay. Right. The countdown music didn't come back on.
Yeah, no,
we'll be back on Warren Target Radio. You're listening to AM560 The Answer.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted.
I turned everything down because you said everything was super loud in your headphones.
I look over at the clock. I got 10 seconds left.
I heard it at 22.
I had 50 thoughts left.
I thought I started hearing something, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it was very soft, but I could hear it at 22.
Well, I can't hear normal conversation.
So now it's too soft? We got to find something in the middle?
No, it's not too soft. I couldn't hear anything at all.
So it's too soft?
So it's too soft, yeah.
Did anybody else not hear it?
I heard.
Okay, Brian wasn't paying attention. I can tell from the look in his face.
I heard a little bit, but
Brian looked up like, "What's the question?" I've been turning them all down a little bit in case it switched again and sterilized you.
Am I not coming over that loud when I talk?
Not really.
No. Not really? That's weird, because I'm talking right into it.
I mean, you're volume or something. Yeah.
Wow, man.
Okay.
70s, hunched over.
I just want to make sure.
it's funny. I thought the both of you would be very against it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say in general, I'm against it. I'm against legalizing it, really.
I'm against
like
people suffering no pain.
If people want to do it, I think they should figure out privately how to do it.
Well,
I don't think the government should do it.
Yeah, a point I was going to make before the radio shut us off was that the situations you could look at are if you have, I mean, this is very, very far out circumstance, but if you have a kid who's severely depressed, would you rather have his mom find him with a shotgun wound to his head or put to sleep in a hospital? There's
that would be a pithy subject, but
yeah, we don't have time. We'll have to. Yeah.
1-800-400.
Oh yeah, wow.
1-800-400-0360.
You're listening to
On
Target Radio.
Do it now.
Improv
Improv.
I have no idea what I'm
With David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control,
As long as you don't drop the
concealed
F-bomb.
carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life.
And we're back with more on Target Radio. And I'm going to do a different introduction to Gretchen. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Gretchen.
Stand by. Here's Gretchen with your action items for the week.
Hey, it's different.
Governor Rauner signed SB 836, known as the Concealed Carry Cleanup Bill, into law on Friday afternoon, and it took effect immediately. The ISRA sent out the highlights of the law, but if you would like to read the full text, go to www.ilga.gov and search for SB 836. I put the link on our Facebook page this afternoon. You still have time to vote for the Illinois State Rifle Association to receive the $100,000 from LuckyGunner.com. Just go to LuckyGunner.com/Brady-V-Lucky-Gunner and vote for the ISRA. The weather is heating up, and so is the class schedule. The following Safer USA classes are all at our office in Waterman. Saturday, July 18th, Illinois Concealed Carry 2 for those who have an exemption for the first 8 hours, taught by Gretchen. Saturday, July 18th, Tactical Pistol 1 and 2, taught by David. Saturday, July 18th, Long Range Rifle, taught by Ed Janka. Saturday and Sunday, July 25th and 26th, Illinois Concealed Carry 1. This 16-hour class will be taught by David and Gretchen and meets the training requirements for Illinois Concealed Carry as well as Florida, Arizona, and Utah. Saturday, July 25th, Tactical Rifle and Pistol Gun Employment, taught by Eric. To sign up for classes, go to saferusa.com and click on Register.
And there you go. That was a different introduction.
It was.
See? Well, you got what you wanted. I just, I want to mention the last thing that we were going to do last segment, but we didn't have the time. The Democrats, this is even hard to say with a straight face.
Obviously.
Democrats want to ban the words husband and wife.
Yes. They want to take it out of all code, all U.S.
Right. All government documents. Mm-hmm. Take the words husband and wife out of all that. How stupid can you get? Seriously.
Words matter, David.
I just find, does anybody think that that's idiotic?
It's very Orwellian, 1984.
You change that language. They're literally changing the language. They're doing away with things that don't fit what they want.
And what are they proposing to change it to?
Spouse or married couple.
Right.
Okay.
But here's the biggest issue. There's this concept of cost benefit. How many millions of pages of federal documentation is there that somebody would have to go through and look for every husband and wife and replace it and reprint it all?
Right.
That, and you're toying with a definition that's been around. This is an older topic, but it's been around forever. You're trusting our generation to do that?
That's a good point, George.
Point well taken.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, the woman who proposed this bill says it's imperative that our federal code reflect the equality of all marriages. Yeah.
We're doing.
I think it's like Inigo Montoya.
The government doesn't even need to be in the marriage business.
Are we doing segment 6 tonight?
Yes.
What are we doing?
Don't forget to join us tonight on segment 6, where we will be talking about hot-button topics such as Donald Trump's comments causing rhinos to panic on illegal immigration.
And they are.
And our rhino in the studio room is panicking.
It's just
flailing arm guy over there.
It blows my mind that I am going to be sticking up for Donald Trump, but I'm going to do that. And that's coming up in just a couple minutes. We'll do it in the studio, I guess, because Russ is not coming in again. So, Russ, if you're here, if you're listening to us, I know he does listen to the show sometimes. I hope you're doing well. Anyway, thank you for listening to On Target Radio, and be sure to listen next week when we'll be covering the red meat issues that affect your life.
We'd also like to thank George Hoffman on the board, our social media coordinator and ad sales director, Rick Cizak, our intern, Brian Schmaltz, and our sponsors, DS Arms, Gaylord's Fine Indian Cuisine, the Illinois State Rifle Association, the Aurora Sportsman's Club, Stone City Kitchen and Bath Design Center, and Safer USA.
And as always, thank you, Michael, for making it all happen.